Hi everybody, v8burble's here, doing the weekly roundup. We're just going to kick back and do a nice relaxing one this week. Might be the timing of the night for this one, but could be many other reasons. I am going to put myself up here. It's been a good week, lots of good stuff coming out. SimulatorGolfTour.com have produced some new additions to the website, which are very cool. One of them I couldn't care less about. One of them is pretty cool and hopefully a sign of the future, and I am very excited about. So I'm going to go up that way, and we will start as usual with who has been doing well in the biggest events on the tour. I clicked on the wrong one. We'll be looking at the Arnold Palmer Invitation. It's played at Bay Hill. I thought it was a fun setup. Not as brutal as the week before, though. Some really risk-reward pins and challenges. If anyone hasn't seen it, check out my Pro Tour round 1 and 2. I was absolutely hitting the irons well. I was hitting the 4-iron amazingly well. The 3-wood unbelievably well. But a bit of course management let me down, and I missed out on my target, which was holding off a couple of numpties, but we'll get on to that. The big winner this week, the Pro Tour is the hardest event to win, and the gross winner this week, I don't think I've given a shout out for Carnival for a long time for winning this one, so well done for winning this by 5 shots, which is some margin. So Carnival's taken this one with 2 incredibly good rounds, 12 under, 13 under. I'll load the scorecard. I think any time on Pro Tour someone shoots a 13 under. Not every time, but when it's a crucial round, they deserve to have it seen. Look at that for back 9. That's pretty impressive. And a 59 at the end of it. So really well played, Carnival. Tied for second, Marc-Andre and Bender, 2 Canadians just missing out on that top spot. And tied for fourth, B. Hallman and C. Stevenson finishing out the top 5. Working the way down the leaderboard. Oh, this is going to hurt me. That's why, before I get there, little wine glass says good reasons. I can explain it all. Maybe another video for that one. There I am. And there was a screenshot shown, yes, in Orkuro 3 under. That was my target. That's what I was aiming for. I'm there with Wiz. Come on, if I'm level with Wiz, that's a pretty good week for me. So tied 48th, not my best. How many people finished the event? 125 finished, and D Woody took the last spot. I love seeing the DNFs. It just gives you a bit more insight than you used to have, and can see that Kefef was doing very well. Guessing he didn't get to finish his rounds. Willie 8 had a good first round, but not as good as Carnival, so not for 1 second going to suggest he wouldn't have won it. But you can see how many people actually teed up and didn't finish. Let's look at the net leaderboard. When I click on the net leaderboard, you're going to see one of the new updates from SGT.com, and that, or SimulatorGolfTour.com, I should add. That is that they've now added the squads and the flights leaderboard. So if we click on net, we will see that we now have some additional icons at the top here in the left hand corner. This is the leaderboard that is the leaderboard we've just seen, but this is the net one, so we'll cover that first. Sporty Gavin getting the win. Level par round 1, of course, with the 16 handicap. Well played, Sporty Gavin. You've got to make it count, and that is on Pro Tour. I always tell people to play up to all the tours if you can. That hurts. That hurts. If I was AF 2011 or Carnival, that would hurt a bit. But make it count. Make it count. Well done. And -10. So if you're on 16 handicap and you 10 shots better than the handicap, that's brilliant. So well done, winning it by 1. Tied second, AF 2011. Tied second, Carnival. And tied fourth, BB 119 and Ross Oberg. Well played. Looking down the bottom, we had D Woody last of the net leaderboard as well. So just 1 place above DJ Per was there, and all these guys not finishing. So what we will also look at is the squads thing was launched. So you can be part of up to, I think it's 5 squads, and there can be 20 people in the squad. Might not be 5, might be 3, I'm not sure. So that enables you to set a group of guys that you want to see where you finish every week in that leaderboard, not the main leaderboard. I should be part of a squad going forward because TechBird messaged saying, do I want to be part of the old school squad with the guys that have been like running Sims for a long time. We've been competing on various softwares for a long time. So hopefully Techie will get that set up and I'll be part of a squad. And if anyone else wants me to be in their squad, let me know. I'll be happy to be in 5 squads, whichever they may be. But I'm not in a squad, but that would mean that I'm listed along with the other, 3, 4, 5, up to 20 or whatever it is, 15 people that can be in the squad. Looking at the next one, this is flight. So it's grouping people by their similar handicaps. And all of this is new to Simulator Golf Tour. So I love the fact we're getting some new features over here. It's already, in my opinion, the best tour site out there. But there's some elements that lag behind what I used to use, which was the onlinegolftour.net, and some of those I'll get onto very shortly. So the flights are split into handicap. You've got the kind of -9 to -7, the indecently good guys, and this week Carnival was the best. Bob Chung, the worst. I mean, I love you, Bob, you know that, but it's just funny to see you at the bottom of the leaderboard. Don't think I've ever seen that, any leaderboard. Flight 2 is -6 to -5. We've got D Fruz at the top, and we have Philace at the bottom. Scottish Pedro in there. Look, Scottish representation. Should be me. Should have been me. Even the Wiz is in this group. Why am I not in that group? My handicap's not good enough. Not on pro. Flight 3, -4 to -3. You've got Ryan B and Will G winning that one. And Chris R at the bottom. And I'm still not in that one. Wow. Where am I? I'm in flight 4. Embarrassing. It's because I don't hit it hard enough. And I finished 9th in my little group of -2 to 0 handicappers. So it's just a way of splitting it up. When I said at the start, some things that are new I care about, some I don't. I don't care about this, but hopefully you guys out there do. And I love the fact there are options. Something for everyone. Just not me on this occasion. Let's jump onto the world rankings, then I will get on to the next thing. Oh, my battery is going to run dead. This is literally the last thing that I could have wanted to happen. I know where the battery is, and it's been tidied away. This is the perils of lack of preparation. Will it last long enough for me to plug it into my setup up here? There we go. And into the laptop. Oh boy. Amateur hour has become even better. I should be back in the game. Where were we? We were covering world rankings. So, I've discussed it before, the various points you get. And you know what I'm going to do? Rather than show world rankings, actually we'll do world rankings first. So, Willie 8, still number 1. Still some way from Joe Prio. C. Stevenson a fair bit back. Mark Andre very close to C. Stevenson. Jordan Hood has just jumped in there into the top 5. 0.01 behind Mark Andre, and that's where I stop covering that, with the exception that I have now dropped from 36 to 39. The Wiz is still ahead of me, as are Scottish Pedro. He's just about to go ahead. He'll be Scottish number 1. I've been Scottish number 1 forever. My friend Myth assists there, and if I work further back, I've been called out by Inorkuro, who, as I say, did beat me in the pro event and is going to be closing the gap. He's up to 91st, so troubling times for me. If I click on my profile, there's another very cool thing, and this I do like. And this is what, if anything, the whole video should be about, really. Just some people won't be aware of it. It was The announcement was made in the Discord channel under the SGT Tier 1 announcements. If you go into your profile, you can then go and scroll down, and you can find not only all your handicaps, which people may already be familiar with. You can see all, obviously, the handicap differentials you've been using, all of the world ranking points. So, as mentioned, if I use mine for example, I always talk about the fact you get more for Pro, less for PGA, less for Web. Those last 4 rounds, 47th on Pro, 42nd on Pro, very, very average. 19th on Pro, pretty good actually. You can see the points I get, and I'm still earning most of those points. The ones that I played 26 weeks ago, I earned 8.8 points for that, but I'm now only getting 1.94 in my average. That's because they decay. So this encourages you to play recently, keep playing events so that you can score points. The other aspect is, 4 weeks ago at the Farmers Insurance, I finished 3rd in PGA. That obviously earned me more points than how I did on Pro, or I may not even have teed it up on Pro. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. So it just gives you an example of, if you can, while the rules are as they are, play both, play up, play the tournaments above, get whatever world ranking points you can, and work your way up. But the new thing that has arrived, look at that for a trophy cabinet. Really impressive, apart from the lack of winners. Moving on. This thing, approach shot analysis. Under the old onlinegolftour.net, there used to be so many stats about, there were leaderboards of how good a golfer is hitting from 150 yards, 120 yards, and I would be like 17th, and from 180 yards I'd be like, 7th on the proximity, those kind of things. I used to love that. And I'm not the only one. I know Thin Man. Thin Man's been ranting on my little YouTube channel. When he sees me talk about stats, he just blasts off. This kind of thing is brilliant. This has been added, and you now have some new stats, and it's proximity to hole. So distance left to the hole after shots from different distances. I have no idea at this stage how far the data goes back. Is it going back and trawling all of my rounds, or is it just the ones since this was released? I don't know. But what it does allow me to do is see how good I am from 10 to 20 yards, from 90 to 100, from 190 to 200. And anyone that's watched my YouTube channel will know that I am lousy with my wedges. Anything that's kind of half shot, I'm awful. So that would explain probably quite a high, a relatively steep graph. Then I'm actually pretty good with my irons. I trust my irons anything up to about 200 yards, if I'm honest. So I would expect a relatively flat or not steep graph at that point. Curve, it's not even a curve, line. And all of these being under 10 yards is a really good sign that actually I'd say these are pretty good. Those could be better, they should be flatter. These are pretty good. And then once you get out to the kind of higher distances, then yes, I have a few stinkers and the numbers go up. But it's a good way of being able to kind of track where you are in shots. Now, the more rounds that are recorded, I say it may use all my rounds, but I love this. I would love to see more breakdowns. I'd love to see leaderboards, and I'm hoping this is a real sign of things to come, because this is something that I've wanted for a long time. And I certainly know that my good mate Thin Man has wanted for a long time. Similar things for gimme rate, distance, and hopefully more to come. Moving on. PGA events. Let's have a look at who... I must have clicked the wrong thing there. Apologies. PGA schedule. I don't want to look at upcoming events. I want to look at the full event schedule. And we can see... the Arnold Palmer Invitation at Bay Hill. The winner, and I did look it up to make sure, on countback, which is the last 9 of round 2, was McGurk. He took it on countback from Crep. So very unlucky, Crep. And thank you, Crep, for sending out those tees for me. These are the K2 Golf tees that I'm now using in the sim to test. I'll be putting it out an update tomorrow. But spoiler alert, things are really good so far. and I've even come probably to like the tether, so I'm not chasing tees around the room, which I didn't think I would. So very impressed with them. But McGurk's got the win, Crep second, BB119 third, Myth Assist, my very good friend, fourth, and Mazan Cap fifth. How many people finished? I logged in to look at this when I was playing my rounds earlier, and there was something like 400 people that teed off. I was astounded. I had no idea that many people were teeing off. But finishing PGA, we had 256, which is a very good number. And we had all of these do not finishes as well. So we could have had a huge number of people finishing the round. So please, if you can, if you start a round, finish the round. It's brilliant just to see so many people playing. But the last place on the leaderboard was Conover 2008. Let's look at the net winner this week. The net winner, Arnold Palmer Invitational. I'm not going to be going down flights and things like that. You guys can do that. We've got BB119 taking it by 3 shots from Sneaky D in second. We have Real Kaflo third, Ross Oberg and Dunk tied fourth. So well done, BB119, taking the net win off of a handicap of 1. It's making me think that I didn't do the net leaderboard on Pro. I did. I'm sure I did. Let's look at the leaderboard for Web. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I'll always come back and cover it on the next one. Web leader, web winner. Oh, 3 people tied. Let me look at my screenshot of the announcement. Who actually won Web this week? The Web winner gross was familiar name. Well, there's 2 of them that are familiar, Bordock and Draken, but Bordock took it on the back 9 of round 2. So well done, Bordock, for taking that. Draken and Chris Radcliffe second. Rourke Solid fourth, and there's Thin Man. He actually earned a shout out for 5th. Yeah, well done, Thinny. Even though I should say well done, Bordock, I'm going to say well done, Thinny. Good to see you back on tour, my good mate. I'd love to have another captaining session of Ryder Cup, but I think us old timers might have moved on. We might need new timers for the next one. Looking further down the leaderboard, how many people finished there? 203 finished. Keena, 39, a very impressive plus 175. That is impressive. Loads of DNFs. And don't think people are cheating when they get disqualified. Unless I'm wrong, and I've not been given any information, these will be the people that break the rules of what allows you to play on web. It's where you need to be hitting drive ball speeds less than 145. If you have 2 more than that and a score of better than -2, then you get disqualified. I must admit that does beg the question of why Boaz isn't there, because I thought it was both, but maybe someone will fill me in on that. But anyhow, don't look at anything worse than these guys shouldn't be playing web according to the current rules. Moving on, we had the tips event. Now, no, this hasn't actually been closed off. I can only think that is a faux pas on Cook's side, because there's a new tips event. So I'm going to say that B. Hallman is the winner. Now, remarkably, he won, it is remarkable really, because it's difficult to win. He won last week and he won the week before as well. So B. Hallman's taken the win there by 1 shot from Carnival. McGurk tied for 3rd with Bomberhild and T-Mac. So that's finishes out top 5. This one isn't for world ranking points. It's just for bragging rights. But B. Hallman, 3 in a row. Pretty amazing, really. I'd have to go back and check if he's... Where's the world rankings? Have I got the world rankings up? Is B. Hallman playing? Yeah, 4th. Just playing really well on the tips. So very well played. Net leaderboard. There is no net leaderboard. Moving on. we've got the Auto Putt Tour. Auto Putt was at Highland Park Golf Club. This is for those that can't putt, won't putt, don't want to putt, whatever it may be. And it's a kind of fun one if you just want to have a, hit some shots and not have the stress of putting. Though, as I've said many times, I can't handle the issue of getting onto the edge of the green and getting a 3-putt given when it was actually a good shot. But maybe a good shot isn't the edge of the green. Who knows? But familiar name at the top of this one, Bomberhill, taking it by just one shot. All of that work done in round 1. Just stumbled over the line in round 2. Brad Robb and Marc-Andre tied second. Bob's always up there in 4th. Well done, Bob. And B. Hallman and Jason Sull, who has been dominating a few PGA rounds lately, in 5th. We definitely don't need to go beyond 5th, so that's good. Well played. How many people played the Auto Putt? We had 201. Decent number. And again, look at how many people teed up and did not finish. So, as I say, if you tee up, try and get those rounds in. Even if you're not playing well, get the round in. It's good for the leaderboard. Let's have a look at the net winners this week. On the net leaderboard, the winner on the Auto Putt Tour was J Gibb 08, winning it off a healthy handicap of 11. Ooh, naughty handicap of 11 with a minus 13 in round 2. That might get cut, but well done. Make it count. Again, I'll call it as I see it. Band it, but make it count. Bag it and move on. Well done, J Gibb. Second, Fergo Golf. Unlucky, missing out on that one. Farm Boy third. L. Christie and B. Ferguson finishing out the top 5. Looking down to the bottom of the leaderboard, in that bottom spot we had Dr. Tay. Did I not call out the bottom of the leaderboard? Let me have a look. I'm not sure if I did. Sublime there at the bottom. I'm not going to make my little joke. I've done it before. But, yeah. Moving on. Par 3. An event that's always good. I use this as a warm-up generally for before a couple of rounds. If I haven't played it and if I've got the course downloaded, but I tend not to, it allows me just to swing a few irons before I tee up on the tours. And this was at Wayne Hills. We can already look and see Marc-Andre won this week as well as winning the previous week, so really good form. Marc-Andre winning it, that -9 in round 2, just beating Willie 8 by 1 shot. Keymart tied for 3rd with Cue Ball, and 5th Jason Sull. So well done, Marc-Andre. It is a fun round. It's a quick round as well, so you can just blitz through it. Anton is last spot, tied with M-Robot, tied 148th. And again, a lot of people that teed up on the par 3 that didn't finish. So, yeah, keep teeing it up, and if possible, stick with it, get that round bagged. It's good to see. I like to see it. Looking at the net leaderboard. The net winner for par 3, based on their handicap, is Branimal. Oh, we've got a Danimal, now we've got a Branimal. Branimal, wow, three baggers. Branimal bagging it the best for -24. Papa Slash just missing out on the on that spot -21. Jeff Switzer -8, and then B Ferguson 4th, and Brady, Sean McKenzie and Nickers tied for 5th. Did I play it? I didn't even see my name on it, but there I am, 53rd. Very average round, and 149 finishing, as I've mentioned. Moving on, we're on to the 2-man scramble. The event that's just finished is this one. Again, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I might try and get a round in with John if I can. Try and convince him to play one more round. Otherwise, at the moment, I'm in limbo. I don't have a partner for 2-man, which is a bit sad. But these guys have been playing together the whole season. Well, actually, everybody has the whole season. Salting Carnival winning it by 3 shots, which is difficult in scrambles to win by a margin, is something, because it comes down to a putting contest a lot of the time. Really well played. Bob Chung and D Show second, Super Swede Bomber Hill third, the Swedish combo B Hallman and GM Smith tied third, and Van Dorman Pontus Q, I think another Swedish combo, in fifth. So yep, good playing there. Well done, but Salting Carnival taking that one. At the bottom leaderboard, we had Major. It's not been closed out actually, that tournament. That might be why. We have Major, PR, and Hooligan dragging up the table in last. And at this point, is there a four-man event? No, the four-man events haven't really been that many people playing, so it looks like they've been stopped. So as best I can see, that covers the update. It's been a little bit more low-key. I'm loving more stats. I'm hoping there'll be loads and leaderboards and, you know, for every shot from 149 yards, who is the best? Let's have a leaderboard of it. And I think RMS Anger's doing a lot of that work with Cook. I'm out. Laters.